Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome to Optimum Stream. This is your boy Mosen. Today we're watching The Witcher, Season 1, Episode 4. We're going to be left with 4 more after this, so I'm trying to get through these as quickly as possible. Now, where do we leave things with The Witcher? Starting with Geralt, he's pretty much going around different places, killing monsters, saving them if there's a princess involved. Yennefer's story arc's been pretty much an emotional roller coaster ride. Though, I gotta say, the most interesting of all of them. Ciri yet again has wandered into a forest, leaving an injured Dara behind, so I don't know what's going on with her. But hey, we're gonna find everything in this episode. Before we jump into the episode, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that now. Hit that bell icon so you get notified of weekly content, and tell me in the comments, what's up? You liking this? Anything I can do better? And with that, here we go.
Where am I? How did I...
You are in Brokilon Forest.
Brokilon Forest.
Follow me.
Hold on. Alright guys, so Brokilon Forest. It is basically, long story short, it's a forbidden forest that's dangerous to humans and elves, I guess, because they shot Dara. So that's what they do. They shoot intruders. They don't like intruders. And it's saying that it's inhabited by dryads, leprechauns, whoa, and pugs. So I'm pretty sure that these folks that we saw, they're not leprechauns, but it'd be amazing to see a leprechaun. I hope they actually show that. So they're either dryads or pugs. My money's on dryads. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That, it's a forbidden forest, and they don't like intruders. And let's see what else they tell us.
This is brilliant.
Oh, it's the bard.
Oh, sorry. It's just Geralt's usually so stingy with the details.
The bard's back. It's gonna be a fun episode. The dynamic between Geralt and what's the bard's name? Jaskier, right? It's a fun dynamic. It's got a lot of, back and forth where Geralt just grunts and the bard just tries to make fun, and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a fun episode. I think he wasn't in the last episode, in episode 3, where Geralt fought the Striga. He was in the second one. Actually, he was introduced in the second one, and we haven't seen him since. And looks like he's gonna be in this 4th one. The other thing is they introduced a new monster, Selkimor. With the way that old guy was explaining, it's it devoured the Witcher whole. So it devoured Geralt the whole, like all the way. So let's check what it looks like, right? Let's Google what a Selkimor looks like. All right, this is what a Selkimor looks like, guys. It looks like a big freaking serpent, right? And it swallowed Geralt whole. Now, we know Geralt's not dying. He's the protagonist. He's not gonna die. I hope they show this fight, as next screen. But damn these monsters, man. That's crazy. You got weird shit going on here. But it's amazing. That's what's great about this show so far.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty. Whoa. Toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty.
That was me in episode 2. I got my guitar out, practiced a little, and again, I'm not crazy good, but I think I did an okay job. But please go check that out. I'm gonna put the link somewhere here. I did a little bit of in the first part of the episode in the beginning, and I did something at the end. So go check that out. Toss a coin to your content creator, Valley of... I don't know what I'm doing now. Anyway, go check that out while I continue episode 4.
Can't have anyone finding out who you actually are.
Geralt of Rivia, the mighty
That plan went south fast. I didn't realize that he was taking him to Cintran. Now, this is definitely in the past because we know what happened to Cintran in Ciri's timeline. Everybody got killed. The queen, her subjects. I mean, for all we know, Mousak, he's probably dead. So we know that this is... We know that, everybody has their own timelines. Ciri's in the future. Geralt definitely is in the past from Ciri's timeline, as we can see. And I don't know about Yennefer. I don't know about Yennefer. We know that in episode 3, the previous episode, that Geralt was in the future from Yennefer's timeline because King Foltest was still a child in Yennefer's timeline, but in Geralt's he was adult and king. So we know that at least in that part, it was Yennefer was all the way in the past, then Geralt, and then obviously Ciri is all the way in the future. So I don't know where this is exactly with respect to, like, I think I'm getting confused. I'm getting confused specifically between Geralt and Yennefer. Like, what is has their timeline overlapped in any of the episodes, or is it still separated by some years or months or whatever? So that's where I think I don't know what's going on. Ciri, very clear, future, and Geralt is in the past, but I don't know what's going on with Geralt and Yennefer. Like I'm not sure, but I'm guessing at least in episode 3, Geralt was future timeline, Yennefer was past. So I'm guessing that's how it's going. Like the timeline is going where it's where Geralt is in the middle and Ciri's in the future and Yennefer's all the way in the past. I think that's how the timeline is going. And then let's see what happens. Something's gotta happen. These 3 characters can't stay in 3 separate timelines and the show goes on like that. That would be crazy, right? Like, they've gotta converge. Because we know Geralt and Ciri from the first episode, that they're destiny. I don't know how they're destiny, why they're destiny, but we know that these two there's some connection. Because, the girl in the woods, and when Renfrey said that the girl in the woods will be with you forever, and then the next screen was Ciri running into the woods. So, I mean, there are cues that are... But then again, Calanthe specifically told Ciri that, hey, find Geralt of Rivia. He is your destiny. So we've established that Ciri and Geralt will meet at some point. That hasn't happened yet. It will.
You could do worse.
I could do better.
You can have who you want when you're married.
That's really good advice, right? Get married and then you can have whoever you want. That's really good advice coming from a mother. This is Ciri's mom, right? Just from the looks of it and the fact that we know that Calanthe is Ciri's grandmother, so this has got to be Ciri's mom that they're trying to, arrange marriage for.
At least when Filavandrel's blade kissed my throat, I didn't shit myself. Which is all I can hope for you, good lords. At your final breath, a shitless death. But I doubt it.
Let me ask you guys a question. Are you intrigued by the monsters in The Witcher? I'm sure the answer is yes. So this is what I'm gonna do. Anytime they mention a monster, but they don't actually show that, like they showed the Kikimora and the Striga, I'm gonna Google and show you what that looks like, you know, on Google. So I did that for the Selkimore. Now they mentioned another monster just now, a manticore, and I said it in that way. And okay, so this is what, are you guys ready? This is what a manticore looks like, guys. All right, let's see if you guys can see. You see it? Wow. Looks like a lion with horns, or, you know, and then a bat-like wings. So you could fly. Whatever. Oh, here we go. That's a manticore. Damn. That's crazy shit, right? Woo. I wouldn't want to fight that thing. Anyway. So we just saw Geralt owning up to his failure with Filavandrel, even though the song talks about, you know, him slaying elves, but now he's kind of opening up in this in this arena and saying that, no, I pretty much got my ass kicked. So he's not, you know, even though the song made him famous and everything, but he is pretty open about what actually happened. It's interesting to see Geralt in this setting. This is so unlike him to be here.
They laughed the hardest when they were swinging babies from their legs.
Damn.
Smashing their heads in.
So Dara just found out that Fiona is actually Ciri of Cintran. So let's see what he does. I mean, it doesn't look like that he blames Ciri for her grandmother's decisions. But I wonder how this is going to change their relationship, change the dynamic. And then he explained, he kind of, you know, went through what Calanthe's army did to the elves, like how they were swinging babies. That's awful. What I don't understand is, and they haven't done a good job of explaining this, is that why did Cintrans do this? Like, why did they... Well, I guess we kind of know that is because in episode 2, they were talking about, you know, when Geralt told Filavandrel, rise up, you know, and then I think Filavandrel tried, you know, created an army, and that's when Cintran probably had to kind of, you know, defend. I'm not defending, you know, everything that Dara was saying is, but I'm guessing that's basically what happened, that it was actually a war, a clash, versus, you know, Cintrans just killing elves just for the sake of it. I'm guessing. I might be wrong. Dara definitely wants to drink the water and forget, as you know, as he's kind of indicating. Ciri, on the other hand, is still in the same mindset that, hey, I've got to find my destiny. I've got to find Geralt, and she doesn't even know who that is, or what Geralt looks like, or what, you know. All she knows is that's her destiny. So let's see what actually happens here. Is Dara going to be able to change her mind, and she drinks the water and forgets all about her destiny and Geralt, or what's going to happen? So let's see how things turn out.
And I really, really love that instead I've gotten to spend the last 3 decades.
3 decades?
Stupid political messes.
It's been 30 years?
Glorified royal-ass viper.
Whoa, we just had a major time jump for Yennefer. She's in the scene with this royal person, and she just said that she's been a royal mage for 3 decades, 30 years. We just had a 30-year jump for this person. What? And she's kind of regretting her decisions, I guess, where she's saying that, oh, she thought this would be her legacy, that she would be the greatest mage that ever, you know, graced the court, And now she is basically saying that, oh, all she did was fix people's messes, you know, glorified royal arse wiper. That's what she said. So, so she's kind of, it's interesting how we just skipped those 30 years. Like those 30 years, whatever happened in those 30 years, the summary is, oh, I thought it was going to be great. It was a dud. Especially after she gave up everything to become, you know, this beautiful person and everything, and go to Arden, because she was going to go to Nilfgaard. But then she, you know, she got the transformation and now she's here. And now all of a sudden it's 30 years and now she's like, was it all worth it? Whoa. Whoa, what is that? Oh, look at that thing go! It's monster time, guys. We got a new monster. Looks like a centipede. Okay, so this is what I found. This thing is called a Krolok. And it has aliases. The aliases it goes by is Cockroach Hound or a Roach Hound, which kind of makes sense. And it says that that these are bred and used by rogue mages. So we know we know two things: that this is a roach hound. It is bred for killing by a rogue mage. So we know this is a rogue mage that's trying to kill Yennefer and her charges. So, but damn, it ran so fast. It's like, you know, well, it kind of makes sense because roaches can do that. So, but damn, these monsters, man. Is she gonna fight? Oh! So that rogue mage / assassin was tracking them with some sort of brooch, and they finally made it to the side of a mountain where that girl with the babies told Yennefer that you're useless. And Yennefer bailed on both of them. Like, she just left. Like, I'm okay leaving that girl, but the baby, come on, is probably gonna get killed. Sometimes I don't understand. Like, it's a very interesting character, Yennefer, but sometimes I don't understand the decisions that, you know, your feelings got hurt because somebody called you a name or something like that, and then you decide to bail on them without any sort of thought process.
Why are there so few of you left?
It is no longer possible to create more of us since the sacking of Camoran.
Sacking of Kaer Morhen. What is that? I had to look up Kaer Morhen because I have no idea what that is. So this is what Kaer Morhen is. It is the Witcher's version of Hogwarts. That's where you know, Witchers go to rest, train. But Geralt was saying that, you know, they can't create any more Witchers because of the sacking of Kaer Morhen. So quick backstory there is basically they, you know, a bunch of folks, I'm guessing some, you know, villagers, they attacked and killed a whole bunch of Witchers and students, and the process by which Witchers were created, that basically got lost. So they can't create any more Witchers, but they still, Kaer Morhen is still their kind of like sanctuary. They go there, they train, they rest, and blah blah blah. So it's sort of like Hogwarts, because that's where, you know, they created them and trained them, but that art of or science of creating Witchers has been lost. Whoa!
That I come to claim what is rightfully mine. Pavetta, by the law of surprise.
Things just got interesting. This hedgehog knight came into the throne room and claims Pavetta's hand in marriage, and then he mentioned something which I had to look up, was the law of surprise, which basically means that, you know, when you save someone, you know, someone's life, then the other person owes you something that they own but don't know that they own it. That they don't know it exists. So, which is pretty interesting that, you know, such a law is there. Like, I wonder how this would work in current days, like in reality. Okay, the story hasn't really unfolded yet, so we don't know what's gonna happen, if he's gonna get killed or what's gonna happen. We know that, you know, things there's a twist now. Whoa! Henry Cavill with that sword, he's literally dancing with it. Now, these swords are not that, you know, light. They're pretty heavy, and it's not easy to maneuver them. So he probably did a lot of practice, and obviously his, you know, muscular body helps with that. But you know, I got 7 words for Geralt. You meddling son of a bitch. You couldn't stop it. You did the same in Blaviken, where you interfered, and you're doing, you know, last time was with Stregobor. This time you're messing with Calanthe, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but things are looking really good. Oh no! Whoa. Hold on! Time out, guys. You're telling me all this time Yennefer was able to kill that thing? Like, she could have just done that before instead of teleporting like 3-4 times, like wasting everybody's time? Like, why didn't she do this before, where she just killed the roach? Why now? Like, obviously I'm glad that the roach didn't get the baby, but it doesn't make any sense, right? Come on, Yennefer. Come on. She couldn't save the baby. And she tried. I mean, she got hurt. She probably lost a lot of blood, and we know that, you know, once you lose blood, your power, magic power, kind of gets reduced. So maybe that's the reason why she couldn't revive the kid. But I've got a bigger issue on how events kind of occurred. So she was trying to save them. She portaled all the way. I still don't understand why didn't she kill that thing, that roach. I still don't understand why. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. The other part I don't understand is that she left them. She left the baby and the girl, and then came back. And came back right at the time when that guy, the rogue mage, killed the other girl, and then she came back and saved the baby. I don't understand that. Like, why did she leave? She left because she called Yennefer a useless witch? Come on, you know, get over it. They're your responsibility. You're supposed to be saving them. Don't get offended by such a, you know, tiny thing and then run away. Anyway, she did come back. I don't know why she came back. Maybe she felt bad for the baby or whatever, but she came back and saved the baby from the roach. And then I don't understand this. She's supposed to be powerful, right? She's quarter elf, you know, and an elf for the original sorcerer. So why didn't she fight that mage? Why basically do that, whatever that misty thing was, and then pick the kid and run away? Why not face the mage and actually kill it? I'm pretty sure that she probably could have won, but she didn't even try. Am I crazy? Like, you know, is she not that powerful that she could have, you know, battled that mage and actually won? But then So I don't understand. So the whole story, specifically this episode with Yennefer, has been very weird. Her going through different portals and then killing the roach like that, like you could have done this. You could have done that before, and then not fighting that mage, and then taking, and then running away. I mean, I understand that she ran away. The intentions are good, but they're showing her. I thought that she would not back away from a fight. Like she would face the thing and then actually battle and be, victorious. But it's a little different that she's kind of given up, so to speak. Like she doesn't have that fight in her. Or maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I just saw this whole storyline with Yennefer a little weird. Not to mention the fact that, 30 years have been passed by and, yeah, so I've got a little bit of an issue with how things played out, especially because at the end, you let the kid die. You let the baby die. You could have done it a little different. I'm guessing there's actually they're trying to actually do something different, because we know that she gave up the ability to bear. Like she can't have babies. And now she just tried to save one and couldn't. So I don't know what they're doing with the character. The character arc is really interesting, but this specific, how they built this, like they could have done this a little different, right? They could have maybe killed the roach earlier, like in the where it was raining, and then maybe the rogue mage still caught up to them. Anyway, I'm kind of going on a tangent now because I'm a little upset how things played out. But tell me, do you agree with me? Do you see the logic, or do you see the rationale where I'm saying that, why didn't you kill the thing before, and why didn't you fight this rogue mage? You're supposed to be powerful. Battle it out. Save the kid in a different way instead of running away. Okay. I'm gonna resume the episode. Calanta's reaction says it all to Pavetta. What kind of weird fetishes do you have, girl? You're into hedgehogs now? Or porcupine? I'm not sure what this creature is supposed to be, but that look from both Geralt. Geralt gave a look as well, and then Calanthe was also like, what's going on here? You guys are together? Oh! Oh shit! What the hell happened here? Oh. Wow. He's got you. Here we go. Alright, let's talk about what just happened. Queen Calanthe tried to kill Dooney. And Pavetta, surprise, 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 she's got magical powers. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know it, but as Calanthe had the knife approaching Dooney, she bursted pretty much. She basically, I don't know what you want to call it, but it was like a tornado storm, right? I mean, she blew everybody away, and then just her and Dooney, like she was, like it was sort of like, and I think she definitely, Pavetta didn't know that she had magic, just like Ciri doesn't know that she has magical powers, but she and everything I think works the same way, right? It's what Tesea said in episode 2 is magic works on chaos, and obviously when you're when you see your lover being killed by your mother, that's gotta be chaotic, right? So she kind of burst, that chaos, and then it was kind of like a protective spell, I'm guessing, that she created this tornado around them to protect, and then she was saying something. I'm guessing from episode 3. It's Elvish or Elder language, which is the language of the elves, I believe. And it sounded like she didn't know what she was doing. She was kind of like possessed. But then she was, the main thing was that protecting Dunia and herself. And then finally, Geralt, after taking a power potion, and I think even Mousak was trying to do something with his magic, trying to slow down the force of the tornado, of the winds, so that Geralt could go and basically do his force push thingy. Though I actually got to see what that's called, like when he does that. But we know basically where Ciri got her powers. She got those powers from her mother, and they work in the same way, I'm guessing, because when Ciri screamed in the first episode, that whole structure, like when with that other dude from Nilfgaard, that structure fell and like created a hole in the earth. Everything is pretty much the same between these two so far. So now we know where Ciri gets her magic powers, hidden magic powers, that is from Mother.
The lore of surprise will be honored. Pavetta will marry Lord Urchin.
Finally, Calanthe sees some reason here and allows this marriage to happen. After a freaking tornado, that is. But there's one thing that I really liked what Calanthe did. She said that Destiny has spoken, blah, blah, blah. Law of Surprise will be honored. But then she said something which I really like. She said Pavetta will marry, she didn't say Dooney. She said Lord Urchin. That shows that, she's changed her mind. And she's giving him the respect. Which is interesting. A lot of people probably don't even catch that, but I thought it was interesting for her to say Lord Urchin and not Dooney. Like she said that in a way to kind of resonate with everybody else, that hey, I am calling this person Lord Urchin, so you better give the same respect as I am. Don't, like, whatever he looks like doesn't matter. He's Lord Urchin, he's gonna marry Pavetta, and he's gonna be, royalty and blah blah blah. So it's really interesting. I like that bit. How, and it's these things in the script that I find interesting when they choose verbs. Instead of this, they do it differently, and it means a lot.
So count yourself lucky. You've cheated the game, won without even knowing it.
Oh. Yennefer's character arc is the most interesting, but is the most complicated. Like, she started from nothing, right? She was pretty much bullied. Her family didn't really care about her. She got a chance. She got a little in her mind that, hey, I'm powerful, I got magic. Then she got beautiful. She got what she wanted. And then time jump, 30 years. We don't know what she's been doing, what's going on. And all basically that culminated to this scene now, where the only thing that she really lost in her life was not being able to be a mother. She can't have babies, right? at least biologically. So, and now she just lost a baby. And it's interesting now, and the way basically they kind of did this whole thing is that she talked about parents, she talked about friends, lovers. Like, she's pretty much said that, hey, they don't matter. Like, she has no connection whatsoever. At least that's what it looks like. She doesn't have a friend, she doesn't have a lover. She's pretty much unhappy with her life, and she's pretty much regretting everything she's done till now. And this final kind of nail in the coffin, so to speak, with this child is those feelings of regret, of guilty. Like, she's that's what it seems like to me, that, you know, they're showing her guilt after 30 years of not having a legacy. She's wondering, you know, what was it all worth for, you know? And they're basically showing that, you know, now she's gonna have this guilt inside that, hey, I can't pass my legacy to somebody. I don't have a true connection.
I cannot start a new life in the shadow of a life dead.
Fine. I claim the tradition as you have. The lore of surprise. Give me that which you already have. Destiny can go.
Oh, is she pregnant?
Are you?
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh. We now know why Geralt is Ciri's destiny, and it's all law of surprise. It's interesting how when Geralt learned about it, like I'm screwed. And he pretty much said fuck. And the way he said it is iconic. You know, how he's been using this in The Witcher. But yeah, it's this explains a lot of stuff. We knew that Geralt and Ciri's destiny was entangled, that they had a connection. We didn't know why, and I kind of mentioned this in the beginning of the episode, that hey, they're gonna meet. You know, they're destined to meet. But I didn't know why, like all that stuff. But now we know what's kind of behind this. The other thing that Savfk said in the scene now was that if you don't come and claim this child surprise, you will unleash true calamity. In a way, that's true, because Cintran, as we know it in Ciri's timeline, is destroyed. Calanthe is probably dead. Well, I'm pretty sure that she's dead. And everybody got destroyed. Everybody died. And I'm just thinking, what Savfk said, what happened, is that a coincidence, or is this law of surprise thing really, really, you know, really, really important? Like, don't mess with it. But a lot of loose ends are coming together. Things are becoming clearer, making sense. The story's unraveling as we speak. Yeah, no, I'm liking this. It's getting interesting by the episode. The fuck is going on here?
Calanthe's progeny is in Brokilon Forest.
What? I don't know what the hell is going on, what kind of magic that was, but they're showing current series timeline, Centra, and Fringilla, who went to Nilfgaard, right? She's part of the attack. And they did a weird magic where some guy cut off a skin of Calanthe, ate it, started vomiting, or not vomiting, but started basically choking on it, sort of like that. And then Fringilla took a knife, ripped his guts out, and then felt the guts and was able to tell where where Ciri was. Like, it's the fucking liver told her that she's in Brokilon Forest. Like, sometimes the thing that they do with these magical things is, like, in these fantasy shows, is like it's hilarious, to be honest. Like, it's like, you know, the grandmother of a person, you can basically tell where the other person is through this. It's got to be some sort of dark magic, right? Some sort of weird kind of magic. Now, the other question I have, and if you know this, please tell me. I mean, I can Google it, but, you know, why don't you tell me for a change? What she did here, is this in the books? Like, anywhere in the books? It doesn't have to be Fringilla. It can be anybody, right? Like, this magical act where, you know, a locator spell using guts and blah blah blah. Like, does this kind of thing actually happen in the books or the games, for that matter? Or maybe this was something that Netflix kind of, you know, conceptualized or invented, that, hey, this would be cool. I'm just curious whether this is something in the books, or was this basically, you know, something that Netflix came up with. It's the same tree, right?
What are you, child?
Alright, guys, that was the last scene where Ciri drank the water from the, I think the tree is called Shankind. It looked like Blue Kitorade, to be honest, but whatever. And then she went to a weird place where the same tree was, I don't know what was happening, but the tree basically said, "What are you, child?" Which is basically, everybody's thinking at this point that, you know, what is going on with Ciri, you know, Pavetta Ciri, what is this magic and everything? Because one thing is certain, is that Nilfgaard came to Cintran looking for Ciri. So there's gotta be, like, she just doesn't have your ordinary magic, like, you know, what, you know, the other mages have. She's definitely a special breed of, she has a special breed of magical powers or something like that. But that's another mystery that we're gonna have to wait for the rest of the episodes to find out what's going on. But wow, this was a great episode. Really enjoyed finding out about Ciri and Geralt's connection. Yennefer's story arc keeps getting complicated and really interesting. But I think that's it for this episode, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, please do that now, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Till then, adios.